Heart Eyes is the latest slasher about a serial killer murdering people who are in love. I guess because he's lonely. Here's my review. Alright, so I got back home just about half an hour ago from watching Heart Eyes. The embargo doesn't lift until tomorrow at the point of me reviewing this, but I'll have it reviewed, edited, and out to, it's already out. You guys are seeing it. So, going into Heart Eyes, I saw the trailer, and I thought, this looks like a lot of fun. It reminded me quite a bit of Thanksgiving, which was a movie that came out not this past year, but a couple years ago. It was a horror slasher, and had an interesting premise, so this movie kind of reminded me of that. I really did enjoy that movie. Also kind of reminded me of movies like Scream. It just looked like a stupid and goofy slasher film, and I thought I would have a lot of fun with it. Did I like the movie? I'll tell you here in this video, but before I do, please make sure to subscribe and hit the like button and hit the bell so you never miss another review, and comment down below, what do you guys think of Heart Eyes if you caught one of the early screenings? If not, what are your anticipations for it when it comes out next week? And with that said, Heart Eyes is a really fun time. If you saw the trailer and said, yep, that's for me, that looks fun, you're going to have a good time with this movie. If you saw the trailer and said, yeah, that looks stupid, I don't think I'm going to like that movie, it's stupid. The movie almost plays like a parody at some points, where it kind of feels like a parody of horror films, where the characters are unbelievably stupid. The whole premise is unbelievably stupid. There's just stupid sequences in here, but it's always fun. It manages to stay at a position to where it's not too stupid. So it's not just a blatant parody film, but it feels like a parody because it's a horror comedy, and the comedy actually works. I thoroughly had a great time with this movie. I really enjoyed this one. It captured everything I thought it would capture based off the trailers. Starting with the positives, we got the cast. Olivia Holt, Mason Gooding, I think both have great chemistry in here. Obviously, the film's about couples, and so you gotta make the couple have good chemistry, and Olivia Holt and Mason Gooding, I do think, have some fantastic chemistry and make it believable. They're actually a romance you're kind of rooting for here in this film, and you don't get to hear that much with horror films, slashers like this, is that the romance is something you really like. And for a film that's based off that, I do like the romance between the two, and they did have good chemistry with each other. The film's also very funny. It is very funny. My whole theater was dying laughing. I was chuckling in almost every sequence. Again, beckoning back to the part where it feels like a parody movie, but not actually a parody movie, where it's able to stay serious, have the actual plot here, but like the comedy is just so outlandish, so stupid, that you cannot help but just have a great fun time with it and laugh at all the ridiculous jokes. Heart Eyes, the killer himself, is really, really cool. I really liked him. He was menacing, it felt like. The kills he did were brutal. We'll get to the kills in a minute. And I just loved the mask. From all the trailers and marketing, I was like, this is a really cool killer. And it's a dumb idea for a movie, but it is a really interesting idea for a movie. It's fresh. It's original. And so I did really enjoy watching the killer. I thought he was really cool. His uniform, his mask, I thought all that was really cool, and a really cool slasher villain. The kills here, said I'd mention the kills, they're really good. I mean, obviously it's a slasher, and from the very beginning, it's kind of just a slasher fest, where it's a slasher, but there are still more kills than I thought there would be. There's sequences where he's just walking around stabbing random people, and I thought it was really cool. And a lot of the kills, they're not really like fresh. I mean, we've seen them before, plenty of times before, kills like this, but still, I'm a huge slasher fan, so if I see people getting bodied, I'm obviously going to enjoy that. The film reminded me a lot of Scream, and because my last video was talking about Stumacher and Scream, it's kind of weird that the moment I left the theater, we got that news. Anyways, reminded me a lot of Scream, where it's a franchise, or not a franchise, but a movie that, again, kind of feels like a parody, keeps itself seriously, but has a killer. You're constantly like, who's actually the killer? Who's the bad guy here? And the reveal, I do think, works. Now, I'm not going to say anything about the reveal because I do have thoughts on the reveal, but the movie is not released yet. In fact, I literally just filmed a couple minutes, and then I realized, wait a minute, actually, I'm not going to say that because I could spoil the film here, and I don't want to, granted that the film doesn't release until a week from today. So, not going to say much about it, but I do think the reveal worked. I do have some thoughts on the reveal that I could talk for a few minutes about, like I said, but I'm not going to say that. So, reveal, I do think was good. Kills, do think was good. The comedy worked. Again, it's a very cool film where, like, I saw the trailer, I thought, you know, this looks really fun. This looks really cool. Really like the Hard Eyes Killer, and I got basically everything I wanted out of the movie. That's exactly what I wanted, and I did get it. And so I had a ton of fun watching Hard Eyes. Found it to be everything I wanted it to be. The script is ridiculous. I mean, you got sequences where characters are just laying back in a car while the Hard Eyes Killer is looking for them, and they're like, I love you. Yeah, actually, I really do love you. Completely stupid. I mean, the characters also aren't smart. Plenty of times I was thinking, wait a minute, why don't you do this, or this, or this? And so the script is obviously ridiculous, but I didn't really find that it bothered me because I just still had really good time with the film, and it's just one of those films that's kind of the vibe it reminds me of. Kind of like that. So Heart Eyes, while it is completely ridiculous, if you watched that trailer and thought it didn't look like it for you, it's probably not going to be, because this is a genre I like, because this is a type of movie I like. Obviously, I had a really fun time with it, and even though the script isn't the best, I genuinely don't really think about that because I had a really good time watching this film. Before I give you my final score, go down below and tell me what are your guys' anticipations for Heart Eyes, or if you have seen it, what were your opinions on the movie? And with that said, Heart Eyes, everything I wanted from it. Cast had great chemistry, really fun kills. The Hard Eyes Killer is really cool. This is a movie that I think could spawn off another franchise like Scream. I would genuinely be down to have a Heart Eyes Killer franchise. The script isn't the best, but because I had so much fun with the film, I can hardly think of the negatives. I had a really fun time with the film. Heart Eyes, I'm surprisingly, for a movie like this that I think is an average B movie, I'm going to give Heart Eyes an A-, and I do recommend you guys go watch it in a theater a week from today. Thank you guys for clicking on my Heart Eyes review. Stay tuned for several other videos coming soon, and with that said, subscribe to never miss another video.